Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Here is our weekly watch list video highlighting a few setups we are watching. So getting things started, I'm going to be breaking down NQ. We'll go a little bit into RTY here and then breaking down what we can expect to see within the coming market and really a little bit more challenging conditions to trade here in this coming week. Why? Because we are at all-time highs. So we don't really have much prior price data up here. This is all uncharted territory on the NASDAQ, as are most indices right now pushing to all-time highs. So the question then becomes, how do we find intraday levels to use? Oftentimes these are going to be psych levels. So something like on NQ would be, let's say, like 22,000. Because a lot of people are going to be watching that level, say like every 50 to 100 points here on the NASDAQ, a whole number region or a psych region. That is what we can use here until we get later in the week where we have more price data to tell us what to look for. For me, we get a nice 3-bar play here on the weekly or the daily chart, excuse me. We get bar 1, bar 2, and then follow through on bar 3. If on Monday, tomorrow, we come down and we can hold 21,619.75s and start trending, watching longs up into these psych regions above of 21,800 and 21,700 and so on and so forth above. So 21,619.75 is going to be a key support. Below that, there's really not much until 21,203s. So noting that and keeping that on watch here, but nice, obviously an uptrend anytime we're at an all-time high, and follow through that we got here on this particular indice. Now, when you go into RTY, what's interesting is this one has a little bit more to work with because we aren't at all-time highs, which happened up here. So we're getting the sequential pullback move here, where actually if you look at this and you go into this after this day, we haven't broken the prior day high in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So if we can trigger a buy, we can get a strong daily bar that looks like this. So for me, if we can get over this region right here of 2421.60s, longs are on the table here up into 2436.30s and then 2468.80s. So this is a nice sequential pullback that can attempt to set this potential higher low here over this prior daily high here, especially 6 days straight down like this. That is going to be a good long trigger to look for longs to the upside here. And when you look at this from a weekly chart perspective, this could be that failed sell. So we get this trigger right here. If we can fail and trigger this higher, then we can get this strong trending momentum, similar to what we have seen here on the NQ. So that is going to be my watch. 2421.60 on Monday is the line in the sand. And then if we go into something like the Dow Jones, this is putting in a potential 3-bar play on the weekly. A little less strength than the NQ or the NASDAQ. For me, the best long was over 45,037. So if we could open somewhere around here and trigger, I think we come up and tag these 45,176 highs. So quick little breakdown here on the Dow Jones as well. And Tesla, what a move here on this. From Friday, this thing, after like this 130 candle on the 5-minute, this thing just ran over $20, including the after-hour session here. So for me, where do we go from here on the weekly chart? It looks like we're coming over 384.75. It looks like we're running these 402.67 highs. So if we can come back and retest this prior region right here before making that move, then looking long, targeting those 402.67 highs here this week. What a strong name. A failed breakdown here from the watch list that we had last week, mentioning Tesla, that this could very well be that failed breakdown. And then all of a sudden we gap up into the middle of this range and absolutely explode here on Friday. So watching that one, 384.75 for follow through here on Monday. And NVIDIA, we're attempting to trigger this higher low here, and over this confirms that it wants to make that move higher. Now into the daily chart, all this is just a 2-bar pullback. So if we can open up over 144.61 or 145.99, I still feel like we come and retest this daily structure here where we get reject, reject, we open here, and all of a sudden we put in this indecision bar right here. So this is going to be that key area here at 149.42, call it 150 psych region, where if we can trigger this daily right here over 144.61, can trigger us into a daily bar that looks like this all the way up into that 149.42 area. So that is going to be the second watch here this week. And then the last one, what a move this one has had. So we get the strong move and then really just a flag on the daily and then a strong expansive bar here on Friday where we're up over 2%, and at one point this was up 3%. So from the weekly chart, all of a sudden we put in this potential pivot, we get the follow through and then strong move here. On the daily chart, if we can open up over 625.75 and start trending, puts us on the table for 630, 635, and other psych regions above that. So that is the main watch, 625.75. If we can get that hold, that is going to be what I'm watching here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys found this helpful, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Feel free to check out our team on wap.com/simplifiedinvesting. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you guys crush it this week. Thank you.